Yo, JSF here. So I guess the hot topic in the community now is upgraded Jackie for some reason. I mean, I guess the Aftermath patch wasn't that long ago, but yeah, we all knew Jackie was top tier. She didn't get nerfed, and she's still really stupid. So let's get some Jackie on the screen, even though this video is not going to be all about Jackie. But basically, people were saying nerf upgraded Jackie, blah 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 blah, and then some people were saying ban upgraded Jackie. So now you got these people running around saying ban this character, and then you have hold on, let me throw some shit on the screen for a second. Then you have some other people saying, well, you have some people saying ban her, and you have other people saying, whoa, what do you mean ban Jackie? Like, yeah, she's top tier. Like, yeah, she's got some silly shit, but you can't ban her. Like, look at the characters that we dealt with. Like, why are you guys acting like this is so hard? And you know how it goes. And if you're familiar with the MK or NRS community competitively, they'll be like, man, we dealt with this character. We dealt with, we dealt with like all the Injustice characters. We dealt with Starfire, we dealt with Black Adam, we dealt with Batman, we dealt with this and MKX, we dealt with Liu Kang, we dealt with Melina, we dealt with Alien, we dealt with Tanya. Like, you know what I mean? What was it, like 5 Tanyas in top 8 at that one turn at like CEO or something in MKX? So people are like, Jackie's bad, but like she's not that stupid. And so it kind of led me to looking back at other games and other characters and shit that were busted. Like, to me, the end-all be-all was Martian Manhunter. Martian Manhunter in Injustice 1, that was the most ridiculous character I've ever seen in my life. It doesn't make any sense. But but this video is not just about broken characters. It kind of made me look back at Injustice 2 and MKX, and then look at this game again. And I kind of want to talk about, I don't want to be too much of like an asshole and be too negative, but I think this game is a step backwards, right? And I mean, the game looks amazing, the stages look amazing, the characters look amazing, like, all that stuff is great. All the aesthetic things are fine. That's not what I'm talking about. I mean, as far as gameplay, combat, characters, I feel like it's a step backwards. And I'll show you what I mean. So first off, let me just talk about the obvious thing, right? Let me talk about the most obvious. That. So this is step 1. Now, combo breakers, she doesn't have meter. Combo breakers are not a new mechanic. They're not. They've existed since fucking probably before Killer Instinct, but that's the first time I remember hearing about it. The whole combo breaker. Like, yeah. So combo breakers have been in Mortal Kombat for a while, since the 3D era at least. Like, they've been combo breakers. MK9 had breakers. Injustice 1 had clashes, which the clash mechanic is that's kind of the, to me, that's like the gold standard of a combo breaker, right? Because there's risk, there's reward, there's resets neutral. If you win the clash, you get a slight advantage in neutral, but nothing crazy. Like, I think the clash, like, I don't want to say you should be able to clash anytime you have 2 bars in Injustice, because that would be crazy. But like, that level of balance of a breaker mechanic just got thrown out the fucking window. And not to mention, I wish I could show Injustice footage while I show Mortal Kombat footage. I could, but I would have to edit the video. It would take a lot longer. I might do it, but I doubt it. But yeah, so Injustice also had a mechanic where you could flip out of combos if you're in the air. It's literally the predecessor to this breakaway shit. It's literally the same mechanic. It's just balanced better. So that's why, let's have her gauge refill. That's why I want to talk about this, because like, in Injustice, instead of you just falling down and being armored, you had to flip out, right? In Injustice 2, for anybody who never played, you spend 2 bars a meter, just like in this game. You spend 2 bars, and then you flip out of the combo. But you could either flip backwards or flip up, or jump, or you kind of like jump out of the combo. And it had recovery, so like, if you did it, sometimes against some characters you could get out mostly free, but you had a lot of recovery. Like, you're here and now you can move. Like, there was hesitation, right? Sometimes if they read that you were gonna do it, they could come in, they could do a different combo, right, and punish you for going for it. But then if they go for that, if they go for the combo, assuming you're gonna flip out, they lose the potential max damage of going for the regular combo if you don't do it, right? So it was a nice little, it wasn't like a huge part of the game, but it was a little mini meta game. Like there are times where I know they're gonna flip out, so I specifically do a different combo. And like, I don't get why they changed that. I don't get why they took that from Injustice 2, right? It had that and it had Clash. Both of the breaker mechanics are fine. And the flip out costs 2 bars. You can do it whenever. The Clash you can only do on your second life bar, right? After you already lost your health to a certain degree, right? So in this game they decided, we're just gonna have you drop out of combos and be plus. Like what kind of, like why? That's a whole ass step backwards. Like that's not like a slightly different, I like it less. No, it's not even about me disliking breakaway as a mechanic. It's just worse. It's a worse mechanic all around. Like you get punished. Like there are still characters like Spawn who get punished for landing a hit. I either have to give up damage or get punished, risk getting punished. Like it's fucked up. It's fucked up. Like it just, I don't understand. And another reason that I have upgraded Jackie on the screen specifically, because I don't want to talk too much about breakaway, is this move, right? We all know this move, right? We all know this move. When she leaps in, boom, starts her offense. Now, this move is not even new. It's not. And in a game like Mortal Kombat where teleports and shit are normal, it's not like too crazy. But like if you played Injustice 2 and ever fought against Cheetah, she had the exact same move. She could pounce on you from full fucking screen and attack you, right? It's the same exact move. The thing with her move is there was more startup to it, right? So you could see her like crouch down, get ready to pounce, so you could prepare yourself mentally for it. It wasn't just Jackie in neutral doing whatever. Oh, now she's in your face. You know what I mean? Like you had more time to prepare for it. It traveled a little slower in the air, I think, but you could air to air it, you could anti-air it, but she had options, right? It wasn't useless, right? Like she still had her fucking dive or whatever out of it. She had normals out of it. It wasn't useless, but it wasn't like as ridiculously overpowered as this shit was, especially when it first came out. Like you couldn't do it in go into an overhead or go into a low. Like I'm sorry, but a full screen fucking just leap into a 50-50 is fucking dumb. And I know the low option is not why upgrading Jackie's ridiculous. I know that that's not like the main problem. I get it, but I'm just saying, it's stupid. I don't even know how to use this character. Showed you how much there we go, shrapnel blast. Oh, that's on the, what? That's not how you do it? There you go. Yeah. The fact that you can just, yeah. It's nonsense. But yeah, basically what I wanted to talk about was the leap, right? The leap, like, when you do something right, like, I don't get it. If you do it right, or close to right, if you do it well enough, why fuck it up, right? Why fuck it up? And it was the same. You could do short range, you could do medium range, you could do far range. It was the same fucking move. This move already existed. And yeah, that move was kind of obnoxious in Injustice. It was, but you didn't see 100 Cheetah players, right? Because the character was more balanced than this. You know, like the character was a rush down character, just like Jackie. Was an in-your-face character with no type of projectiles or nothing. Wanted to get in and impose her will. She had some dirt and could leap in at you. And her leap didn't even cost meter. And she could cancel it before she jumped. But it was not as bad as this. Like, so it's like they took that idea and ran with it. But like, you gotta know. You have to know as a developer, right? You have to know when you have a move that's close to being broken. Or a character that's close. Like, the character could be bad. The character, like Shao Kahn, right? I think Shao Kahn's solid now. I think he's not perfect, but I think he's solid. I don't think he's horrible anymore. Like, you can't call him the worst character in the game. Y'all gotta cut that shit out. He never was. But he's a character where if you buff him the wrong way, or you buff him like slightly, like too much in one area, he will become overpowered. Like, you gotta be able to see that, right? And we as a community can see it sometimes, but apparently the developer can't. So you need to know, like, with cheetah shit, the cheetah leaps that were in Injustice 2, they were already like, you know what I mean? And it wasn't broken. Cheetah was not broken by any stretch of the mind. I don't think anybody will tell you that. But it was close. It was like, you know what? If this was a little better, or if her buttons were a little bit, if she had a little more reach on her buttons, like, you know what I mean? She could have been, and then you put Jackie in a game who does have better buttons, you know what I mean? And has fucking dash punch, which is still safe on block, which is really dumb. Doesn't make any sense. Oh, no, it's high. You can duck it. Yeah, I know. So is Johnny Cage's shadow kick. So is Jade's shadow kick. So is fucking, you know what I mean? You can duck them, but they're still unsafe. Anyway, but yeah, I wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about this fucking move being silly as hell. Just upgraded Jackie as a whole, man. Like, and I didn't even get to all that shit. The fact that you can fucking just, and you just like when I fight upgraded Jackie, I just pick Joker. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it, right? And another thing, Scorpion. So I know his teleport, right? I know his teleport. I know his teleport's a hide. I know. But and I guess this is just the design, the combat design of the game overall. But I still don't like the stagger, right? Still not a fan of that, and we'll get to that. We'll get to that. I'm still not a fan of that. But come on. We need
Kano.
I don't got no cool Kano costumes. Sad face. Let's see. Who else do we wanna talk about? Let's throw in some Liu Kang.
Retro Kane.
Now, how do I want to put this? You know where it's going with Kano. You know where it's going with Kano. Like, you know where it's going. Now, what's his dirtbag? What's crazy is in Injustice, down one into special combos, right? Down one, whatever your special is. Where is it? There we go. So this shit, right? In this game, this doesn't combo, but it's still extremely obnoxious. Like, you managed to take this. You managed to take this. Hold on one second. Bam. You managed to take this from, and I know it's minus 12 from here. That's pretty fucking safe. I don't really know who's punishing that. I don't think Slide's not punishing that. So, what's startup on flying kick? What is startup on flying kick? 14. Yeah, nah, nothing's punishing that. That's just safe. So, and I know every character can't do this with everything all the time, but like, you managed to make this shit more obnoxious in a game where it does, like, more obnoxious than it can be in a game where it combos, right? Which is kind of crazy to think about. In a game where that's like a real, like, on hit that combos, in this game it doesn't, but it's still, it's still this. And that's not even all, the Kano thing, this is stupid. See that shit minus 10? 5 frames of startup, 10 frames of startup on the ground. Like, every time Kano goes in the air, you have to respect, because it's like Scorpion's teleport, right? It's like moves like that completely shut down the ground game, or shut down the neutral, shut down anti-airs, and it's like, damn, man, like, I don't understand, like, man, I don't know. And this was like this in MKX too. It was, but I don't think it was safe like that. And I know minus 10 ain't safe. I know you can like duck under the second hit, right? Second hit's a high, or it's a mid, but you can duck it or something. Oh, you won't do it. You gotta stance hold. Hold on. Yeah. Yeah, make the second part whiff and then try to punish him. But like, why? Where does this come from? Like, we had, like, think about all the crazy moves we had in Injustice or in MKX. We had Scorpion's teleport, we had Kano Ball, but we didn't have to. We didn't have to block and then duck and hope he goes over us and then he's unsafe because he did a fucking 5-frame flying ball from the air and it's a stagger. Like, and a lot of this is stuff we've talked about before, but I don't know, man. I just don't get it. There's a lot of things that are a step backwards. A lot of things, right? And aside from even combat wise, right? Aside from combat, right? Just competitively. This game released with 2 competitive variations per character, right? 2. Now, why we let that shit slide, I don't know. Why the community was okay with that, I do not know. But I think everybody was just so gassed that, oh my god, it's Mortal Kombat. But the game released with 2 competitive variations. That's clearly a full-ass step back from MKX that had 3 at launch. Now, a 3rd competitive variation was added, but again, a lot of the competitive variations are just not useful. And there are some characters whose competitive variations get better, like Bark and Irons, right? Locked and Loaded, Aaron Black. His other variations have gotten better. They have gone out of their way to buff those variations, which is great. I think Sonic Fox said, what is it, Born Again Cetrion is probably the best character in the game now, this variation. You know, so other variations are getting some love for some characters, but then you still have Frostbite Frost, which hasn't been changed. Like, they buffed or fixed, they didn't buff, they fixed the ice bomb going off the screen in the corner. Other than that, I think they might have buffed the damage a tiny bit, but they never really did anything for that variation. It's still the worst variation in the game. Now, if you've never fought a Frostbite Frost player and you run into one who's like a character loyalist, yeah, you might lose because you don't know what the hell's going on. But don't mistake that for it being good just because you didn't know a matchup and the other person did. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, there's a lot of I don't want to say a lot, but there's some variations that do get a lot of love, and then there's others that just, there's still no reason to play. Like,
Scorpion.
like unless you just love the nerfed Misery Blade in the NJP, like there's no reason to play this variation of Scorpion, right? You know what I mean? And meanwhile, you have other characters with 3 variations that are perfectly viable. All 3 Joker variations have a reason to be played. All of them. I see some people think Clown Prince is bad, but I doubt it. We just saw Sonic Fox beat the brakes off of everybody with Ace of Knaves. Madman is the high damage. If I hit you, I'm doing 35% variation. Fair, right? Every variation's got a reason, but every character doesn't get that luxury. I never see 10 Hut Sonya players. Like, you know what I mean? Or even No Holds Barred for that matter. Like, I've only seen like 1 variation 2 Nightwolf player probably my whole time playing this game. They just, whoa, I'm not trying to buy Shao Kahn. They just buffed Spellmaster Shang, which is good. So it's like, I don't know, like they do. Man, I don't understand NetherRealm, dude. I just don't, man. And so the variation system did not get better. It's not a step forward. Also, the roster. There's 34 characters in this game. It launched with 25, which is the same amount the MKX launched with. So the rosters aren't getting bigger. MKX had what, 8 DLC? So MKX ended with like 33, 34 characters, but Injustice ended with 40. Now this game, we're at 34 right now. We would need 6 more characters to get to where we were in the last game, as far as the amount of characters you can pick, right? So we're still behind that in that realm. And by a year of Injustice being out, by Injustice 2 I mean, but by a year of that game being out, I'm pretty sure we had DLC, if I'm not mistaken. Well, they're dropping like a character every month or something. Like, but this game wanted to do their wanted to do their DLC different, or Warner Bros wanted to, or whatever. So they spread it all out. They spread 6 characters out, 11 months, which was like, damn. And then they added 3 more, which is cool, which is nice. But I still want to see more characters. There's still a lot of characters that, like, this roster is not great. It's not. It's not great. And here's the thing, right? You can put any character in any game and make them interesting. So it's like Leatherface and MKX, right? Nobody wanted Leatherface. Don't a single soul on the planet tell me you were asking for Leatherface in Mortal Kombat, because you weren't. I never saw a single person on any forum, on anything, on any video ever say, "Oh, I want Leatherface." Nobody. Not a single person. But once he got put in the game, some people actually, a couple people played him. Some people were like, "Oh, he's actually really cool." And it's like, well, yeah, if you put him in a game that's pretty cool, and you know how to design, or you can come up with some cool ideas, some cool animations, then yeah, you can make any character cool. But that doesn't change the fact that the character we already think is cool, just for being that character, is not in this character's place. Because there's going to be people who don't play certain characters, right? Like, there are a few people who think Collector's cool. I think this character is lame as hell. I think he should have been in the crypt and not a playable character. That's my take. Like, that's me. I think Aaron Black's a cool character, but they don't know what the hell to do with him. You know what I mean? Like, the roster is partially characters we need, right? We need Katana, Liu Kang, Kung Lao, Kodo. We need those characters, right? Jade is fan service. I like Jade. Jade's fine. Jax we need. Cassie and Jackie, I guess, are the 2 we got to keep. We didn't get to keep Takeda and Kung Jin. But people like Takeda, that's the thing. I don't think anybody's dying for Kung Jin, but people like Takeda. Noob is fan service. Kano, I guess we needed. I guess. Sub-Zero and Scorpion we needed. But it's like, yeah. I feel like there's some other characters that hopefully we get as DLC that people would have liked to see. And not just Melina. Not just Melina. But yeah, I've probably already talked for a while, so I'm probably going to cut this video here. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about things that, like, basically NetherRealm has done. It's like they shoot themselves in the foot. Like, they've done some things right before, right? They've done some things good. Like I said, the Clash mechanic and Injustice is a really good combo breaker mechanic. Whereas you can both, one person clashes, you can both decide to spin meteor or not. Whoever wins the clash gets a side advantage. If it's a tie, it's completely reset neutral. But even if you get the side advantage, like, you're not right in front of them or anything, you don't get, like, pressure like that. You get to, like, dash in and, you know, or back dash if that's what you want to do. It's like a good, like, that's what a breaker should do, right? If I'm in the middle of a combo and I'm gonna break out of the combo, I give up a resource, I give up meter, whatever the fuck, and then neutral should be reset. Or if it's something that I can do over and over and over, I should be slightly minus or possibly punishable, depending on the situation. I should never be able to break and then be plus, or my opponent is now punishable. But I always talk about this shit. I'm repeating myself too much. But anyway, let me know what y'all think. Yeah, I was just thinking about some stuff from past games, and like Scorpion had a teleport in MKX, and it wasn't like this. Kano had Kano Ball in MKX, and it wasn't like this. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of these moves are not new. They are not new. But in this game, it's like they wanted gimmicks. Like, they wanted gimmicks to shine in this game, and I don't know why. I just don't get it. Like, just look at your old games and build upward. You know what I mean? Like the upgraded Jackie shit. Like, you already had that move in your last game. Why did you make it better? Like, it was fine. Like, I don't know, man. It's like, do I want to show it? Okay, I'm gonna show it.
Scorpion.
This is very obvious. Oh, I don't want to fight. All right, I'm gonna show one last thing, then I'm out of here. I'm gonna show one last thing. But it's so fucking stupid. So dumb. Oh man, it's just one thing, and I don't understand. So NetherRealm does not compare their work to their work. And the reason I know that is because I do it. When I see one thing, I compare it to another thing, either in this game or a game from the past. But I'm not comparing it. I'm not even comparing it to like Capcom. Oh, I would be ripping them to a fucking new one if I was doing that. And not to say Capcom is perfect, but if you look at jumps in Street Fighter and then look at jumps in this game, oh man, you're probably gonna be mad. But anyway, so like I said earlier, and like a lot of y'all already know, when this game came out, Scorpion's teleport was a mid, right? Man, Doug. His teleport was a mid. It's now a high, right? Now a high. Now, Noob Saibot's teleport was never nerfed. Eats was never nerfed, but it was always a high. It was always a high. Look at the startup. Look at the startup. 30 frames. Look at Scorpion startup. 23 frames. Why? Why were these teleports not designed similarly? You know what I mean? They do the exact same thing. They're both teleports. And you wanna hear the even funnier part? Noob Saibot's air teleport is a completely separate move. Right? Now watch this. Scorpion, he just gets that shit. Now look at the startup on his. He just gets it. No matter what, he always has his air teleport. So for one character, you made his teleport a high from Jump Street. You made his teleport a high from Jump Street. You made his air teleport a totally separate move. So if he has a teleport launcher, and you made his teleport launch a separate move too. Like, you split his teleport up like completely. You cut it up so you couldn't do it all. So you can either launch with it or you can have it in the air type shit. Not to mention, now we'll have you stand back up. Not to mention, his is minus 29 on block. I can't EX it after that to make it safer. No, minus 29, right? Just minus 20 fucking 9. I want you to stand up, bro. His minus 20, and if he EXs it, minus 14. Now these are the same move. These are the same fucking move. I mean, I guess you could make the argument that Noob Saibot has what? More damage, but that's not even really true because I don't have it in this variation. I have to cancel. Yeah. Yeah, but Scorpion, one of his variations can give himself a damage buff. So you can't really argue that. What is it? Noob Saibot has faster buttons, like better buttons. Like, what's the argument here? Like, why was this not looked at? Why didn't you look at Noob Saibot? When you were designing Scorpion, who you clearly designed first, why didn't you look at take Noob Saibot and say, what's Scorpion's frame data like? His should be similar, if not exactly the same, right? For the same type of move. I don't know, man. I don't get it. I think NetherRealm, I think for the future, for if they do Injustice 3, if they do Mortal Kombat 12, whatever they do, if they do a horror movie fighting game, whatever, I think it'll be a lot better if they actually look to their past and sometimes to their present. If NetherRealm just looks at what they did before and say, hey, look, this is how we did it last time. Let's take this and throw it in there and see if it works. And tweak it accordingly if you need to. But don't just fucking jump over what you did in the past, right? And if you guys are using your old stuff as reference and tweaking it, you're tweaking it too far. You're tweaking it too far. I'm telling you that now. Yeah, so that's all really that I wanted to talk about. It's just something that bothers me a lot because, and this is why I talk so much about this stuff and I talk for so long about it because I really care. I'm really passionate about it, right? And just, I can see they've done it right. Like, I know you guys can make a good fighting game because you've done it before. Or you know what I mean? Or you've had the tools, you've had the right mechanics, you've had the right pieces, you just don't know how to put them together at the same time. You literally just put that puzzle together over there, but you won't do it over here. Like, I don't know, man. I just don't get it. But yeah, if I don't stop now, I'm gonna talk forever. So sorry for all the extra shenanigans. I just think this is the greatest example of it, right? Like, these moves are basically the same move. They have the same functionality. They're both specials. They're both teleports. They both track. They both launch. But one was always worse than the other. like I don't. That would never make sense to me, right? That would never make sense. Like, it's like Scorpion having a 7 frame down one that's -4 on block, and Noob Saibot having a 9 frame down one that's -6 on block or something. You would go, huh? Why is this so much worse? And they have like the same range and everything. They have the same similar animation, same range. You'd be like, what the fuck? Why is this so much worse? You'd be really confused, right? I mean, his is fucking stupid as it is. As you can see, they're both 7 frames -4 on block. Like, take your mindset with those pokes and apply it to other places, right? And some characters' pokes need to be fixed. Like Frost should have a 7 frame poke, but whatever. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. If y'all agree, if y'all disagree, if y'all look at this kind of stuff too. If you notice this, if you played NRS games in the past or just other fighting games, I believe that you should look at other fighting games too. Not even just your own. You should look at your own for sure, but you should also look at other fighting games, what other companies are doing, what they're doing right, what they're doing wrong. I think like you learn a lot from that type of stuff. And like I've said a couple of times, I want to make my own fighting game one day, and I have what I think is a really cool idea for one that I think a lot of people would like an original idea, but not too original to where you wouldn't care about it, like with like references to shit. And that's all I'm gonna say. So you would be like, oh wow, like if you'd never seen it before and you saw it, you'd be like, oh shit, that's cool. And that's the kind of idea I have, and hopefully one day I can make that happen. But anyway, y'all have a good one. Y'all stay safe. I'm gonna get out of here because I talk too fucking much, and I should drink more water. But hey, if you like the video, please shoot me a like. Please shoot me a sub. I appreciate any and all support, all the comments. I love them. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank you for running the sub numbers up. I'm almost at 200 with 170 something. So, which, thank you for all the support. Seriously. So thank y'all, JSF. I'm out of here.